Shalom. This is Shalimar from the Great Millstone Atlanta camp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakhakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, the Great Millstone, that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. Today is August the 27th, the year 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and the destruction of Esau. And this is going to be another Today in the News. This is ABC News article here. And as everybody see now that there was a mass shooting, and it was done by what we would call a transformer. Just to let you know that these people are losing their minds. Those people that's on that type of stuff, they tend to commit suicide. Their suicide rates are higher than the average person, showing you that it is a mental disorder. But we're not going to get into that part of it. The main thing is this was this happened at a church during prayer. So what do you think? A lot of people going to look at this and say, oh, well, this was, why didn't the Lord save those innocent children while they were praying? He brought wrath upon them. The Lord uses people to do things. And this guy was completely, obviously out of his mind. There's a video online that's going around of him just, saying weird stuff and writing stuff on his magazines for his weapons and showing off his weapons. And the guy's clearly a psycho. But let me get a scripture first before I get into that. Matthew 24 and it's like I haven't read the scripture in a minute. Matthew 24 and 12, it says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And we see that it was another, just a month ago, it was another one over in at the CDC center, and where the guy basically was blaming his health conditions on the CDC from the juice that he took. So a lot of things are being exposed, and the Lord is using a lot of these heathens to expose his place. So that one, it was showing people that thing that they put in people, it had a negative effect, which I know 100% for that to be 100% for that to be true. And some people still doubt it, but most people are like, no, it actually messed people up. I've seen it, and that the guy that was one thing, and then you have this where this guy messed up these people in this church while they were praying. So it clearly shows the love of many is waxing cold, but it's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Our power, he's a God of war. He's a power of war. All throughout the scriptures, it says he's the Lord of hosts. Host means army. So the Lord, he's he put the spirit in these people to do these things. But I know that this is gonna cause a lot of people to denounce their what they call religion, showing that this happened while they was praying. But I'm going to get into the article real quick. It says an 8-year-old and 10-year-old sitting in pews are not here anymore when the guy opened fire through the windows of a church at the Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis on Wednesday morning. So just a few hours ago, it's Wednesday going into the evening now. But yeah, just a few hours ago, this happened. It says 17 others were injured in this incident during a mass that marked the first week of school, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara said. So yeah, it went down. Children ages 6 to 15, and a couple of adults. And this is the picture of the transformer that did it. Let's go down because it talks about so this guy. Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. You know, Esau is going to turn this around and start trying to bring more protection, you know, when it comes to these churches and religion and all of that. But other people are going to have other thoughts. I won't be surprised if they use this to come down on the prophets some type of way. Okay, so okay, here it is. It says driver's license information reviewed by ABC News described Westman as a female born on June 17th, 2002. A name change application for a minor born on the same date, June 17th, 2002, was approved by District Court in Minnesota in 2020. Changed the name of Robert Westman to Robin Westman. Explained the minor child identifies as female and wants her name to reflect that identification. So this person was a complete psycho. And like I said, everybody been saying people that think that they can just change themselves like that, that's a mental disorder. And then for you to go do something like this in a church, you had to kind of be off. But like I said, the Lord put the spirit on this guy to do that. But you know, as far as Israel concerned, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and also you got Israelite foreigners that look like the other nations. You really need to look into things like, as a matter of fact, I'm going to bring the scripture out in Ezekiel 6:4. It says, and your altars shall be desolate, and your images shall be broken, and I will cast your slain men before your idols. So there's going to be a lot of people getting taken out in these churches, in front of, you know, while they praying, you know, everywhere, you know. But it's going to be, the Lord said he was going to have the slain men before the idols, showing that these idols don't work. And this religion and stuff is not true. The Bible is 100% true, you know, but Esau used it for manipulation with the religions. You know, he came up with these different religions and teach out of the Bible, but don't teach the truth of the Bible, which, you know, of course, we all know it's a history book, shows you how everything happened. It's a book of knowledge and wisdom. It's also a book of prophecy. And it was pretty much written for the Israelites, nobody else. All right, but now you got these people, they're about to see that stuff not working. So let's get Isaiah 19, because it talks about the heart of Egypt shall melt. Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So yeah, you got a lot of people that's about to come out of these different religions, because things like this are going to happen. All right, they're going to just give up. As a matter of fact, look down here at verse 3. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. Yeah, a lot of these church pastors, the Lord's about to get rid of all of this stuff. And they shall seek to their idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards. Yeah, people are going to be looking into witchcraft, which they already doing that. Especially all people big on witchcraft, motivational speakers, which are, you know, these today's church pastors and all of that. And yeah, just looking for people to read their palm, and all the Lord's gonna get rid of all of that. They'll tell you, oh, you gonna, in the next 5 years, you know, you'll have all your career, your business going, and the economy is gonna be good. And no, man, everything's gonna go downhill from here. The Lord's preparing certain people, and certain people, they just gonna run into death. So, and I'm trying to be cautious with the words that I use, because I know this video can easily get taken down. So just kind of, you know, that's why I'm kind of pausing a lot, because I'm trying to watch what I'm saying. But if it does, it does. But yeah, this was of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai with this shooting. The Lord is he's showing you clearly, look, you know, and it could have just been all Edomites in there, but you got Israelites, you got Jake, that's Catholic too. Yeah, you know, Jake's scary as hell. He gonna be like, oh, I can be praying to get shot. You know, my kids. Hold on, this something ain't right with this. You know, and then the guy, the suspect, he told you he had like videos of showing his guns and all his ammunition. He's written on one of his mags. He said, "Where's your God?" Yeah, I mean, it's an idol, you know, the one who they call Jesus, and that image that was made up, and people are praying to that, thinking that it's gonna help them, but the Lord is showing you otherwise. And I want to get one last scripture, Judges chapter 10 and verse 13. It says, "Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation." And you know, there was people still praying while them gunshots was going off and they was getting hit. But this should be a wake-up call to Israel. And it's going to be more. It's going to be more. Let you know that the power that they praying to, it didn't work. And they got some in critical condition. They could lose their lives as well. I think it's a couple of people that's barely hanging on right now. So yeah, it went down, and it's gonna continue to go down. Yeah, something may happen tomorrow. So I'm gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And to the next video, Shalom.